And it's a pink phone case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool.
Aggravates the wrong types. Matt Eberflus is
What types are those, Shay? Here's Shay Norland.
Matt Eberflus has quietly put together bigots hoodie. Matt Eberflus has quietly put together a very nice stretch over the last 14 games. He's gone 9-5 in those 14 games, including a 7-2 record in his last 9 NFC matchups, a 9-game home winning streak, 12 straight games allowing 21 points or less. This team is number 1 in takeaways since week 1 of 2023. Obviously, this season alone, the Bears sit at 4-2 with a top 3 defense by practically any metric that you look at in 2024. Shot or no shot, Matt Eberflus will win Coach of the Year this season.
That's a shot because I think his team's going to the playoffs. And I predicted that before the season. And if he does, shot. Because a year ago at 0-4, everyone's like, he's the next guy to get fired. Slow down. I'm still here, he says.
You know, tell me why it can't be O'Connell. Say the Vikings continue to say they're the first place team in the division. Mm-hmm. And that also comes out of nowhere because it's led by Sam Darnold.
Correct.
What's more out of nowhere? What's more impressive? The Vikings, who should be dead last in the division because of Sam Darnold's resume or what the Bears have done. I feel like this is the award sometimes, not just for the best team, but for the coach that's on the come. Like Stefanski won it twice in his tenure, correct?
He did.
Okay, so I feel like this award, the Bears and the Vikings, if the Vikings win the division, what stops O'Connell from winning that award?
Oh, he could absolutely win it. Pretty damn impressive.
What about a Radio Raheem in Atlanta?
He could absolutely win it too.
I like Tampa, but I think going away, Atlanta's going to win that division. I think all 4 of us said that Atlanta would win the NFC South. Raheem, who was dead in the water for a next head coaching job, gets another bite of the apple. That team's going to be good. I wonder, that's just another candidate. I'm not even going to go with the Waddle Shanny scenario because that team's 3-3.
He also just can't win it. He's too good. Like Andy Reid has never won this award with Kansas City. Bill Belichick, I think, won it one time, the first time with New England.
Screwed, was it 3 years ago?
Yeah, but I'm just making...
When he had 4 different quarterbacks.
I'm making the point, once you get to the point of respectability to that level, like Belichick did, like Shanahan has, like Andy Reid has, you really can't win this award anymore because there's an expectation level to it, like Hoodie's saying. It goes to the coach who, like D'Amico last year, was supposed to be bad but was good. It's not going to go to the coach who was supposed to be good and was good. Like the favorites right now for Coach of the Year, Kevin O'Connell is the favorite. Dan Quinn, next best odds, Washington. And Jim Harbaugh, third best odds, obviously the Chargers.
And then Eberflus he'll be in that team photo, I believe.
I think so. It gets interesting because Eberflus will have an opportunity to play Washington head-to-head, add a loss to Dan Quinn's record. He'll have an opportunity to play Kevin O'Connell twice, add 2 losses to his record. Like, he can write the story himself, as can the rest of these guys.
Let me just say, it's going to sound weird, like everything else that comes out of me. This league is lousy, but it's fun. There's no teams that are top heavy in this league. Anybody can beat anybody. This is Pete Rozell's wet dream parody.
Yeah, other than
seriously,
Kansas City,
but then
like Minnesota's an aberration. I don't think they, are in that league, but they are playing good football for sure. But Kansas City and then everybody else.
Yes, it's interesting, but it's interesting. A lousy, what I mean, like it's not like 4 or 5 teams. Like wow, you got to take on a juggernaut on that. Nope. It can happen to anybody.
Fair.
Which keeps it wide open. But for us gamblers, keeps us at pretty much a 500 or above clip.
Oh, it is so hard to pick the games this year.
It's
like I do the picks with Sylvie and with Potash in the Sun Times. Dude, I'm looking at the slate here, and we got to do it with the spread.
Oh, man.
Like, okay. You pick them, and it's crazy.
I just never seen Shay. A perfect example is like the Cowboys. It's one thing to lose, but it's almost like a typical NBA game in February. In the first quarter, if we don't have it, all right, see you next trip. That kind of thing. I mean, it's impossible for that to happen in the NFL, but for the Cowboys, they make it an art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're good at it.
if we don't have it, like, all right, we'll just play next game. And you see this in the NBA all the time, Cap. First quarter, you're feeling it out. Man, we're down 25. Can we get back in the threes? No, the threes aren't falling. All right. And the coaches don't even shake hands anymore. Like the buzzer's coming down.
Point.
Yep.
See you next time.
It's like, that's the Cowboys or some of these teams that get blown the hell out. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was asking an NBA coach one day, what are you doing? You're down like 38-12 at the end of a quarter. You sit back and you take your beating like a man and you rest your best player.
That's it.
Wow.
You're walking off at 10 seconds left, pointing down to the bench. Yep.
Crazy.
See you next time. And that's some of these teams. If they don't have it, it's kind of what the Jacksonville Jaguars safety said. Yeah,
I saw a lot of quit out there.
We saw a lot of quit out there. We'll see you next game. Wow. How do you do that in the NFL?